Welcome to everyone, guys. Today I'm going to discuss about KSW predictions. It's not gonna last. God knows what, God knows how much. I don't know how much is this gonna last, but it's not gonna last for a very long period of time. So I'm already feeling sick and tired. I was writing the whole day today, and to be honest, to be honest, um, to be honest, this KSW event is looking pretty much okay at the moment. We've got 9 fights coming up. Now I'm gonna check the odds. And I'm gonna see where could this go. I'm gonna try to do a breakdown, predictions. And let's get underway with the first fight. It's between Anita Bethus and Roberto Zocco. Anita Bethus 5-0, Roberto Zocco 3-3-0. Anita Bethus is minus 500, and she's pretty much favorite for a reason, Bethus is 5-0, 5'4", 65 inches of reach out of Łódź, Poland. She defeated Magdalena Szurmova, Eliza Kuczynska, and she defeated the former Invicta FC fighter Roberto Zocco 3-3-0. Looks very strong in the photos, 5'1", but for a strawweight, it seems Bethus is way taller. She's gonna have massive reach advantage, which might give her edge in this fight, but Zocco is better in close range. But Roberto Zocco lost to Karolina Wojcik, Julia Kinello, and some other fighters that didn't look good. So I'm gonna say Bethus to win for minus 500. Bethus inside the distance. Then we're gonna see the match between Łukasz Raevski and Francisco Barrio. Łukasz Raevski 11-7-0. 5'10", 69 inches of reach, fighting out of Block, Poland. Sanda fighter. The guy lost to Donovan Desmond via triangle armbar, but he outthrew Konrad Dichka, Bartolomei Kopiera, Piotr Przypolka, and his cardio is pretty much excellent. Francisco Barrio is a wrestler. He's not a BJJ fighter, but his wrestling rocks, fighting out of Zagreb, Croatia. 5'10", 67 inches of reach. Slight reach advantage on the end of Raevski, but I do have a feeling that this fight might go the distance. Gonna be very hard to say who's gonna win, as Barrio is extremely good in cage control, in wrestling, in clinching. Let's check the odds for this. How much is Francisco Barrio versus Łukasz Raevski? Barrio versus Raevski. Fight goes to distance, minus 143. Let's say Barrio decision. This decision could go either way. I mean, let's be honest, this decision could really go either way. How much is Barrio decision? Barrio decision plus 450. And the next fight is going to be between Albert Ojinkowski and Tommy Quinn. Albert Ojinkowski, known as the Jig, 11-6-0, 6'0", 75 inches of reach, out of Radom, Poland, fighting out of Warsaw, WCA fight team. The guy is on a 3-fight losing streak to Mikhail Michalski, Christian Eckerlin, Jason Radcliffe. Last fight against Tommy Quinn ended via no contest. You all know what happened. And Tommy Quinn, 9'5", the roly-poly kid, 6'1", 73 inches of reach, out of County Derry, Ireland. This guy is having great scores. I mean, he also destroyed Martin Hudson via punches. And honestly, when the fight is no contest once, there is I don't know. This knee was pretty much illegal. It pretty much landed illegally. Fight doesn't go the distance. Ojinkowski versus Quinn. No distance. Is minus 549. Fight And let me see which round, just to see round. Fight ends round 2. Round 2, last 3 all. Sounds like a decent pick, very much of a decent pick if you wanna play a bit more riskier. Damian Civovarchik is slated to fight Bartosz Leško. Damian Civovarchik, 5'00", 6'6", 78 inches of reach, fighting out of Belgrade, Poland. The guy is on a great winning streaks over Marcin Trzynski, Mark Disease, and 5 wins of total in his professional career. Undefeated Bartosz Leško, 11-2-2, 6'2". He is smaller fighter, but on the other side, Civovarchik, man, the guy is very, very tall. This is going to be a massive reach advantage for Civovarchik. And Leško is fighting out of Dinu, Poland. The guy lost to Sein Kushago, but he defeated Ibrahim Magomedov, Rene Pessoa, and fought at some different promotions. Well, I only watched Leško once. This could give me a hard time. This fight, I'm not sure. Watched Civovarchik on many occasions, but I wouldn't underestimate Leško, guys. Leaning Civovarchik for -250. With a plus odd. Leško is not. Let's see if it goes the distance. Civovarchik versus Leško. Fight goes the distance is +110. That's something I really and honestly like. And the next fight is going to be the one between Izuak Belgono and Marek Samosiuk. Now Izuak Belgono, you all know this guy. Izu is 18-2 in professional boxing. 6'5", 84 inches of reach, out of Warsaw, Poland. The guy used to be a professional boxer, and then he transitioned to KSW, lost to Marek Samosiuk via punches last time. They gave him a rematch. The guy destroyed Quentin Domingos, but Samosiuk is not a bad fighter at all. 3-2-0, 6'0", 76 inches of reach, and lost to Michal Kita. But last time he destroyed Izuak Belgono. So honestly, I don't know why they gave him this match. Also, Samosiuk competed at Vatore, where he destroyed Simon Sinkiewicz, who was my guest, and he was better than Damian Majewski, Lukasz Wisniewski. I mean, people are underestimating the guy. To me, this looks... Izuak Belgono is -250. I don't know what is with this book, what's wrong with this book. I'm saying Samosiuk to win for +175. I don't know why Belgono had such a big chances. I would even dare to say Samosiuk KO TKO. No, Samosiuk inside the distance. Maybe a submission could come up. Samosiuk knows to submit people too. So, yeah, +250. Then we got Radoslav Pachuski versus Jason Vilnis. Radoslav Pachuski is 3-0 and 6'3", 676.4 inches of reach, fighting out of Warsaw, Poland. Comes out of Maltai background, competed a lot in kickboxing and MMA. He destroyed Daniel Plonka and Damian Ostap. Interestingly, he has a professional record of 3-0, elite level striker Jason Vilnis, 2-0, 6'1", out of Utrecht, Netherlands, the Colosseum fighter, another high-level striker who also competed in kickboxing. The guy also destroyed Israel Adesanya. I mean, Simon Marcus, Joe Schilling, Philip Verlinden. The guy knows to strike, believe me. He was also better than Alex Pereira. I don't know how he behaves in MMA, as I didn't watch him, but I watched this guy at Glory. at Glory FC, he was out of this world. So Pachushki versus Vilnius, no distance is gonna be my pick. No distance is minus 175. Let me say Vilnius to win for plus 175. I'd rather, if I want to risk with the underdog. Because both of these guys are elite level strikers, so when two strikers meet each other, what can happen? You all know that pretty much well. Now the next fight is Raphael Kianchok versus Ivan Erslan. Raphael Kianchok 11-4-0, 6'2", 75.5 inches of reach, fighting out of Chelm, Poland. At KSW debut, he destroyed Jan Kuadja. He also competed at Genesis 1 boxing bare knuckle fight, and it speaks about his bravery. Lost to Kadis Ibrahimov and Adam Kowalski, but the guy is an elite level puncher as well, as you know. Also destroyed Giga Kukoshvili. The guy has a lot of experience. Ivan Erslan 11-1-0, 6'2", 75 inches of reach, fighting out of Croatia. Erslan was better than Luis Enrique da Silva. He destroyed Przemysław Misiala. One and only loss came to Thomas Narkun via rear naked choke. But I have good news for you, lads. Good news are, I haven't seen Kianchok submitting people all over the place. He was also losing via submission, so this is the clash of two elite level strikers. I think Arslan has decent chances to win this fight. Arslan to win, minus 400. I think I'm not gonna call this a lock. I don't call this a lock, just to know. Not calling this a lock, but I'm giving greater chances to Ivan Erslan to win the fight, if you know what I mean. And honestly, I have a feeling Ivan Erslan could pull this out, especially because he is dealing another high-level striker. Narkun used to be a great ground fighter, which created him a lot of problems. So, needless to say that a lot of problems might give you a hard time, but this time he is not meeting a grappler. He's not meeting a grappler this time, and I think this is a positive aspect of the game for Ivan Erslan. Now, the next one is Daniel Milanchuk versus Ricardo Prazel. I think this has the greatest mismatch on the card, as Milanchuk is the guy who formerly fought at some high-level promotions, 6'12", 74 inches of reach, fighting out of Warsaw, Poland. The guy lost to Evgeny Goncharov, Adam Bogatiriev, Tony Johnson, but he was better than Daniel James, Tomas Pakutinska, Stanis Moldara. I mean, he was competing at very, very high-level promotions. He even used to be at UFC, where he destroyed Chris De La Roja, Georgis Danko, fought to decision win over Alexei Olenik. You know what that means, lads. You know what that means. Was losing to high-level competition. Only Stefan Struve finished him via Darce choke. I mean, the guy is an elite-level fighter. I'm going to meet Ricardo Prazel, 12-3-0, 6'7", 80 inches of reach. Milanchuk on the other side is only 6'2", 74 inches of reach, which means his opponent going to have massive reach advantage. But the Brazilian fighter out of Parana, Brazil, is a giant. But he destroyed Michal Kita, but Milanchuk is better on the ground. So to me, this is a 50-50 fight. I think Milanchuk offers more experience under his belt, but we mustn't underestimate Prazel that much. Also, Prazel fought at Dana White Contender Series, where he was knocked out by Dontel Mace, lost to Ante Deliat Rising. The guy has an experience, so I think I'm gonna go with not going the distance. Milanchuk versus Prazel, no distance, minus 333. Milanchuk to win, minus 599. Fight ends round 2. Let me see how much is the odd fight ends round 2. Fight ends round 2, last 3-0. Okay, that's okay. Now the next one, we came to the main event of the evening, and when people ask me, Vlad, why don't you like watching KSW? Well, the problem with watching KSW is the fact that they protect some fighters because they bring a lot of money, and that's honestly something that irritates me. I'm pretty much irritated when somebody gets a lot of protection because he brings a huge amount of money, which kind of makes no sense to me. It kind of makes no sense to me because why would you protect a guy like Mariusz Pudzianowski? He's a strongman, 45 years old, and they are protecting him like he is a jewel, like he is a golden jewel. I don't think the guy is a golden jewel. I mean, let's be honest. He is a strongman. He is very popular, but come on, guys. No USADA control Pudzianowski, 6'1", 177 of reach. They are giving him easy opponents. Serenus Mandia, Lukasz Jurkovski, Nikola Milanovic, Erko Jhon. I'm not saying these are low-level opponents, but I mean, come on. Only Lukasz Jurkovski used to be a high-level opponent, but this is not Lukasz Jurkovski's natural weight class. His natural weight class is light heavyweight. Then he advanced to heavyweight and advanced to super heavyweight, gained like this stomach to fight Pudzianowski as strongman. Does it make sense? Absolutely not. Absolutely not for me. Really makes no sense to me. Now, Michal Sipal Materla. This is the first time he is meeting the opponent on a great score, and Materla 31-8-0 out of Szczecin, Poland, 6'0", 75.6 inches of reach. Berserker's team fighter, he was better than Jason Radcliffe, Mace Rambon, lost to Roberto Soldic, destroyed Aleksandar Ilic, Wilhelm Ott, lost to Scott Askham. But I have a question. Why Materla is the middleweight? And now I got Materla fighting a super heavyweight. Does this make sense to you? Really? Because this doesn't make sense to me. They are pairing Mariusz Pudzianowski with the middleweight fighter, and this middleweight fighter was knocked out by Roberto Soldic. I'm not saying that Michal Materla can't out-wrestle him. He can. I mean, he can, let's be honest. He can do it. It's not impossible. I will try to be honest, it's not impossible, but like when you have such a huge weight differential, many things make no sense in this KSW, like how they protect Mariusz Pudzianowski. The way they protect Pudzianowski is insane. Like Pudzian versus Materla, no distance, -699. Let me say Materla inside the distance. I know this is insane pick, and I know many of you will heavily disagree, but let's hope Pudzian gonna guess. Pudzian's submission defense is not the greatest, but if Pudzianowski starts barraging, that's gonna be easy win for him. But let me risk with Materla inside the distance. Oh shit, Materla inside the distance is -200. Fuck, man. Okay, I'm not risking with that. Too much of a risk. Fight ends round 2. No. Fight ends round 2. Fight ends round 2. It's +250. This is like... I've seen crazy odds, but these are the craziest odds I've ever seen. Like when you're hearing, okay, Materla could advance one division up, but I understand everything, man. But Pudzian is super heavyweight. He's stronger than all the guys than all together. I mean, nobody can be stronger than Pudzian. Maybe he's not the greatest technical fighter, but that's the different side of the medal. That's definitely a different side of the medal. There are some things you can't ignore. For example, you can't ignore the fact, for example, that Pudzianowski is way stronger than his opponent. So I gave you KSW breakdown. I gave you my picks and predictions for this upcoming KSW event. Now you're gonna ask me, Vlad, which is your most confident pick? My most confident pick is going to be... One second. My most confident pick is going to be... Man, that's hard. If you're asking me about most confident underdog, I'm saying Marek Samosiuk. That's going to be the most confident underdog. The most confident pick, Anita Bekus. So, most confident pick, Anita Bekus. Most confident underdog, Marek Samosiuk. So, if you're asking me like, how is that going to go? How am I gonna pick? Then I think I'm gonna stick to this fighting strategy. Need to see if there are some other events to pay attention to. There is CFFC. Alright, maybe I'm gonna do this breakdown a bit later, lads. There is Cage Warriors. I'm gonna do Cage Warriors breakdown a bit later. So again, thanks for joining, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna do this a bit later, a bit later in like maybe 10-15 minutes. I'm gonna do another additional breakdown. I know there aren't many events this week, but we can always ride on a roll. I'm always eager to see what you like to say. I'm always to hear positive feedback, and I'm glad you're a part of this community. Thank you for raising my awareness and for helping me to grow. So have a great day. Maybe I'm gonna get back in 15-20 minutes.